Broadcasting live from somewhere in the Shadow Realm, this is YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Here's your host, Doug Dimmaduel.
Hey there, and welcome to another episode of YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Today, we're going to take a look at the newest feature that was recently added by YuGiOh Duel Links, and that is the new structure decks that you can find at the card shop right now. So the one that we're going to take a look at today is Dragonic Force. That one just came out on the 4th of July of 2017, and it can be yours for only $3.99, or you could end up using your gems within the game for 500 gems. So there is a purchase limit of just one purchase using the gems. So if you do want multiple copies of this deck, it looks like you're actually going to have to spend some of your actual cash. Now, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through some of the cards here and see what comes with this structure deck, and we'll see if it's really worth it or not for $4. So the first one we have here is the super rare Felgrand Dragon. It is a level 8 dragon, 2800 attack, 2800 defense. It cannot be special summoned except from the graveyard, and only if it was sent there from the field. If this card is special summoned, target one monster in your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to that monster's level times 200. So this could be a pretty good effect, that secondary effect, where if you got a pretty strong card in your graveyard, even like a Blue Eyes or a Red Eyes or something like that, and you know it's a level 7 or 8, you multiply that by 2, and this thing gets a pretty significant attack boost just off of that effect. Even just a level 4 monster in the graveyard being able to use this effect will at least give you an 800 attack boost. So, not a whole lot I could say bad about that. It seems to be a little bit of a struggle to get this thing onto the field, though, given its requirements. But hey, it's not so bad when you have other support cards. So next we have here is Hieratic Dragon of Nuit. We have a level 4 light dragon with 1700 attack and 900 defense. Once per turn during either player's turn, when this face-up card on the field is targeted by a spell card, trap card, or card effect, special summon one dragon type normal monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard and make its attack and defense 0. So at least what this does is get more monsters on your field. You're able to make some other combo plays out of this. So having this Hieratic Dragon of Nuit, not a bad card, and it's currently a rare. This next one is one that I really like, and I think a lot of people are getting a little excited about this one. Exploder Dragon. It's a level 3 dragon, 1000 attack, 0 defense. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, destroy the monster that destroyed it. Neither player takes any battle damage from attacks involving this attacking card. So, either way, it's really nice to see that this Exploder Dragon, you're able to keep it face up on your field with its attack only at 1000. What this reminds me of is Yomi's ship, but without the negative impact of if your opponent has a really strong monster running over this card, you're not taking any battle damage from it, which is fantastic. So yeah, this is a great card in that regard. So what you're able to do is even just use it during your turn, summon an Exploder Dragon, just run into one of your opponent's strong monsters, and you're not going to take any battle damage from this. So, and neither will your opponent if it goes the other way. But either way, this card is fantastic. You get an Exploder Dragon with the set. Then you have a Wattail Dragon, the level 6 normal dragon monster, 2500 attack, 1000 defense. So pretty good plain vanilla. It's a light type monster, so not bad at all. Next you have Hunter Dragon. It's a dark plain vanilla level 3, 1700 attack, 100 defense. So it's pretty good because it's a strong dark dragon that you don't need any tribute summoning for. The one thing that I can think of is a Dark Flare Dragon, which needs a dark and a light monster in its graveyard for a special summon. So using Hunter Dragon in that kind of deck would be a very useful addition. And it's also nice to have a few plain vanillas if you have Order to Charge or anything along those lines. Next, as far as the spell cards go, we have Advanced Zone. It's a continuous spell card. Once per turn during the end phase of any turn in which you tribute summon a monster, you can apply these effects in sequence based on the number of monsters you tributed for tribute summons this turn. 1 or more, destroy one set card your opponent controls. 2 or more, draw one card. 3 or more, add one monster from your graveyard to your hand. So this could come in pretty useful in tribute-based decks. I like that you get an extra effect out of it, depending on how many monsters you tributed to get your monster. So Advanced Zone is a really good spell card, depending on the situation. Next, we have Advanced Force, another continuous spell card. You can tribute one level 5 or higher monster to tribute summon a level 7 or higher monster. So if you have a level 5 or higher monster that you could either special summon on the field at the beginning of your turn, activate your Advanced Force, and you're able to take a strong monster. First one I think of is something along the lines of a Red Eyes or a Blue Eyes, and activate this effect to tribute summon that level 7 or higher monster. So that's a pretty good card to have. Next you have Dragon Treasure. It's an equip spell card. A dragon monster equipped with this card increases its attack and defense by 300 points. So, pretty standard. You could get this card elsewhere too, but it's nice that it's included in the structure deck. Next, you have a rare Tyrant Wing. It's a trap card where you target one dragon-type monster on the field. Equip this card to it. It gains 400 attack and defense. Also, it can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Once per turn during the end phase, if the monster equipped with this card by this effect attacks an opponent's monster this turn, destroy this card. So, I kind of like this card a lot because it really evens things out if your opponent is someone who's able to get multiple monsters on the field in the same turn. First one I think of is a Mako Tsunami deck where you're using Hammer Shark to get multiple monsters out on the field in the same turn. Having a Tyrant Wing as a trap card will definitely allow you to take advantage of attacking multiple monsters in the same turn. So allowing you 2 attacks is just, I think it's a pretty underrated trap card and one that I'd definitely like to see more use of. Next rare you have Dragon's Rebirth. You target one monster you control, banish that target, and if you do, special summon one dragon type monster from your hand or graveyard. So this is a pretty solid trap card as well, especially in Dragon exclusive decks. You really can't go wrong with this trap card, especially you want to see this one a little later into your duel, hopefully when you're filling your graveyard with monsters that may have been destroyed by effects or whatever that you like to see back on the field. So having a Dragon's Rebirth, awesome card. Next we have another normal dragon monster thrown in here. It's Komori Dragon, a dark level 4 monster, 1500 attack, 1200 defense. Nice plain vanilla, kind of a throwback. I remember this card when I first started playing the TCG way back when. Next we have another trap card, Altar for Tribute. Select one monster on your side of the field and send it to the graveyard. Increase your life points by an amount equal to the original attack of that monster. So the reason why I really like this trap card is because, I may be running this card in kind of a 3-star demotion type deck where possibly there's a monster that could be expendable, and depending on the situation, I may just want to activate this trap card and destroy it to increase my life points by the monster's attack. So yeah, this is a pretty solid card if you're in a situation where you're trying to boost your life points. So having Altar for Tribute is just an all-around good spell card. So that's what comes with this structure deck. Like I said, there are some very good complementary pieces. You could run this deck on your own, but just so you know, there's 1 copy of Felgrand Dragon in this deck. There's 2 copies of Hieratic Dragon of Nuit in there, 1 copy of Exploder Dragon, 2 copies of Wattail Dragon, 3 copies of Hunter Dragon. You get 1 copy of Advanced Zone, 1 copy of Advanced Force, 2 copies of Dragon Treasure, 2 copies of Tyrant Wing, 1 copy of Dragon's Rebirth, 3 copies of Komori Dragon, and 1 copy of Altar for Tribute. So there are multiple copies of some cards in the structure deck. So like I said, if you're looking to kind of run a deck that really revolves around a lot of this stuff, or if you're just one of those people who want 3 copies of Exploder Dragon, I'm pretty sure you have to actually spend the $3.99 after your first 500 gems being spent on this. So overall, in my opinion, because we've been having a lot of additional dragon support lately, especially with the Mokuba event, and you're getting things like Kidmono Dragon and Dark Flare, all that stuff, these cards just build some really good additional support to already powerful lineup of dragon monsters and dragon decks. So yeah, with all of this, I give this one this is just a solid deck overall, and I highly recommend if you have the gems to do it, or if you have the $4 to get it. Yeah, highly recommend picking up a pack. This is the kind of deck you could use real well with some of, it even recommends it right here. You could use this one with Kaiba's Peak Performance skill. There's a few skills that would go really well with a dragon type deck, but Peak Performance seems to be the most used. Really boosts your dragon's attacks, and yeah, really just helps overall. So anyway, if you've purchased this deck, or if you've been kind of on the fence about it, and you have strong feelings why, I'd love to hear about it. Feel free to reach out on Twitter at YuGiOh Deck Talk. It's all one word, at YuGiOh Deck Talk. And may end up bringing up this topic again. May end up going back to Dragonic Force and maybe coming up with some more creative deck designs based off of the structure deck. But if you guys have any ideas too, or if there's anything you've been playing around with some of these cards, yeah, definitely let me know on Twitter, and we'll do another episode about this one. So anyway, that's it for today's episode. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.